Hi, my name is David Fennell, and I'm making this video to give a quick overview of the Card Game Simulator app. So, Card Game Simulator can be used to play out any card game. By default, it includes just a standard 52 card playing deck. So, let's say you wanted to play a game of Gin Rummy. You could have one player play on their mobile device and have another player connect to that same game on their mobile device as well. So let's take, for example, right now I'm creating a game on my phone and I have it started there and I wanted to join that game on the phone. I'm currently on my Windows PC recording this video, but if I hit join here, it detects that on my phone I've started a game and I can join that game session right here just by clicking that session. So in general, you can share the same deck. So we'll share the same 52 card deck, but we'll have different scores. So I'll select no here, and we can go ahead and draw an initial starting hand. We don't really know the details of the game we're about to play. By default, it gives out 2 cards, but for Gin Rummy, we're going to want 10 cards. So to draw a card, simply drag it from this deck area and then drag it into your hand. You can either drag it into the blue box or you can drag it over from here into the specific slot in your hand that you want it. So now that I'm going to have 10 cards in my hand, we want to actually see the cards that we're going to play and discard. So I'm going to take this top card, put it in my hand just to flip it face up, since by default, if you take a card and put it on the field from the deck, it'll remain face down. Now that I've put it face up and I've discarded it there. My opponent will then see a yellow version or yellow highlighted version of that card appear on their side of the screen. And now they may want to draw a card and discard as well. So they'll discard this too. And you can see that this is highlighted in yellow, indicating that they have just discarded it as well. I cannot actually interact with cards that they've discarded. They control that card, but the cards that I've discarded appear here, and you can double click on them to rotate them 90 degrees, or you can even rotate them more manually with the right click, or on a touch device, use 2 fingers. And you can imagine from here on out how you would then continue playing out the game. But more interesting than just a standard game of 52 cards would be the opportunity to play any card game. So I just had the phone exit the game. Now if I go back to the main menu, I can join a new game or create a new game. Not specifically with the standard 52 card playing yet, but any kind of game. So let's say there's this cool open source card game called Archmage, and you want to check out that card game on the app. I can type in this URL, which indicates where that card game exists, and I can download it. And it'll take a couple seconds to finish downloading. It'll actually download every card created for that card game, and it'll provide all the information you need to be able to search through it and build decks in that card game. So real quick, just to give an example, here you could see all the different cards that are available in this Archmage card game. So now, if I wanted to play with a game with this deck, you would then start and then choose which deck you wanted to play with. And in Archmage, you have a starting hand size of 7. It does actually know that that's going to be typically the starting hand size, so it'll draw you 7 cards there. That pretty much gives a general idea of how the Card Game Simulator app works. So if you want to see some more details of how you can examine cards, there's the card searcher here. You have search functionality where you can search by any criteria that the card has. For example, in this game we have the options for multiple different types of factions for each card, and maybe you want to search for specifically Gaian cards. Well, you could type that in there and search, and then you'll see what are the Gaian cards. And then once you've got an idea of what cards you're interested in playing with, you can actually go in and modify the decks. Um, these are the standard default decks that are suggested for the game, but you can also even create your own by typing in uh, the deck list here. I'm going to give a new deck, call it test deck for CGS, and then it'll appear there. And then I'll just add some cards to it, like these, and then we can save it. I only put 2 cards in there for now, but you can see once we actually go back to the game mode, we can load this deck and play it. We only drew 2 cards because there's only 2 cards in the deck. But yeah, that's a quick little overview of how the app works. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. And please do also check out the Archmage card game, their website, archmage.org. They've got a really cool project going on, so check that out as well. Thanks for watching.